guys, welcome back to Binkerbelle's Yarning. I know I missed our online date and I'm sorry. I actually came down with a really bad head cold and then it accumulated in a serious case of vertigo. So I couldn't stand or sit upright for long periods of time, which kind of really sucked. And on top of that, my kids' elementary schools are doing, right now they're up to 2 days striking. So I have the kids home at least 2 days a week, plus all the snow days that they've had, or freezing rain days, whatever. So that's been kind of a hindrance because I can't really film when my little one's home because she wants my full attention. So that doesn't really work very well. And I'm not complaining about her wanting my full attention. I absolutely adore my children and I love spending time with them. So I can't really film on strike days or snow days. So we're down to 2 days this week, today and Wednesday. And I will do my very best to come back on Wednesday as well. And I know you guys are waiting to talk about crocheting on and around fabric in order to make really neat clothing. So I'm going to try and do a tutorial on that. For you guys, and then if you have lots of questions or you want to learn more or whatever, then you'll just pop it into the comment section and I will do my best to get a live date so that we can actually discuss it, as well as all other wonderful yarny things. So that's that. Other than that, I don't really have much going on. Yeah, no, not really. I have a few projects on the go. As always, I mean, when do I not have a project on the go? I'm working on a short row wrap, and I'm actually using a latte cake, which is, yeah, I'll give you a nice shot of my couch there, eh? So, the Caron latte cakes, oops, upside down. I don't know if you guys have used them or not. Right now, they're on sale at Michael's for $5.99 Canadian, which is fantastic, as always. So for those of you that haven't used them, it's actually a sort of spun. It's more of a pulled and then lightly spun yarn, fully acrylic. It has filaments on it, which are polyamide and nylon combinations. Let's see here, what does it say? 58% acrylic and 42% nylon. So the nylon is what gives it that lovely little filaments, the little fuzziness, and it's super, super, super soft. So I'm working on a short row, so that's a knitting project, and it actually knits up absolutely beautifully. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Now I'm using a 5mm needle for this, even though it's listed as a bulky, but I find that it's not really. I guess they call it a bulky so that you get the best effect out of the fuzziness, that cashmere kind of feel to it. But I definitely wouldn't use a 6, because it calls for a 6.5mm hook and needles. That would make it a really nice flowy fabric, but I find that using the 5, you get still a fairly tight look to it, but it's still light and flowy. Right, so that's that. And so each section, so they're done in triangles, and then you short row knit it from there. So you would do your short rows this way so that this side grows and this side stays small and short. And I'm combining this in alternating panels with the Caron skinny cake. Caron skinny cakes. Now I love the skinny cakes. It's a 3 or DK weight, which is really nice to work with. Even though I do prefer using a worsted for most of my projects. But I love the colors that you can get in these. They're colors that you really can't get in the Caron standard cakes or the Caron big cakes. So That's nice. I also have the rainbow in this, and it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So that, and they combine really nicely with these cakes. I actually use the Caron big cake along with a strand of the latte cakes before, and was using a 7 millimeter needle, and it came out so nice and flowy. It was actually something that I threw together for my mother-in-law, and she loves it, absolutely loves it, because it's nice and warm and soft, but it's still really, really light. So it was, what do they call it? Not quite a shrug, but not really a capelet either. So it came around one shoulder like that, and it was open on the other shoulder, but it had a nice big collar on it. So because she likes going down to the canal here and other skating and skiing, so that's nice. That was nice for her to kind of bundle up in when it's not too cold out, but cold enough that something like that is welcome. So definitely check them out, guys. They're only available at Michael's, just like all other Caron cakes, which is unfortunate. You can find them on Amazon from independent retailers, so people that purchase them in store and then resell them. I'd be careful with that, though, because often they are exorbitant in price, like insanely expensive. The latte cakes are normally $11.99 here in Canada. Same with the skinny cakes. But if you go on to Amazon and whatnot, you're looking at paying like $15 to $30 plus shipping, and it's nuts. So if you have a Michael's, pop out, check out these cakes. They're fantastic. Super, 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 super soft. So that being said, yeah, pretty easy week. My oldest daughter is having a goth wars, so her and a friend are both dressing up gothic for the next 2 weeks, and whoever gets voted as the best gets this weird pair of pants that I swear came from a sex store. They're a stretchy material, like a legging on the inside, and then on the outside of the leg there's straps of leather with rings, and it goes all the way up to the hip, so you can see from the hip right down to the ankle, because the strips are about this wide. I love them. I would wear them, but I'm not quite sure how I feel about my 15-year-old wearing them. But she's modest enough that she wears a skirt over top of it, so you can't actually see everything. But I might just, steal them anyways, regardless if she wins them or not, because they're really nice. Yeah, so that's what's going on here. Still kind of getting over my cold, as you can tell from my residual congestion and my eyes. It's hard to sleep when you're coughing up bucket. Right on cue, right? Of course, it's always on cue. So yeah, I think Wednesday we're going to take a look at color palettes. So I know a lot of people have difficulty selecting color combinations for different projects and stuff like that. So I've got quite a library of color combinations that are really, really, really beautiful together. And it shows, so the color panels are on the side or the bottom, and then the middle part of the color caption is the inspiration for it. So you'll see what I mean. I have a whole library of them that we'll do in a photo montage on Wednesday. And we'll also talk about color comparisons, using a color wheel, opposite colors on the color wheel. So when you're using a color wheel, you on either side are complementary colors, so colors that work well together. And then as you get closer to your shade, then you get your ombre styling of colors. Anyways, I'll go over it more on Wednesday so that it's actually understandable. I guess is a good way of putting it. Oh, one other thing, I started taking an online course, which is actually a lot of fun. It's on fashion design. I know you guys know I write patterns and stuff like that, and I'm really enjoying getting into clothing. So mixing and matching materials and that. So I started taking an online course for fashion design, just so that I can get a little bit more information on the structures, and the actual execution of the technical side of fashion design, and the construction of actual garments and stuff like that. So that'll be fun. That's a lot of fun. And it was that monster project that I showed you guys, that with the plague mask and the really big skirted dress with the corset. Uh, so yeah, if you want to see pictures of that, it's in the update video. You just scroll down to that. So that's done. My daughter just has to put the embellishments on it, and then it's good to go. Still working on a dress for her. Still not finding a direction with that. I've got a bit of fashion block, I guess, or design block. So yeah, that's that. That's my life right now. So I will see you guys Wednesday for our conversation on color. And like I said, I'm going to work on a tutorial for combining fabrics and crochet and knitting. All right. So yarnies, I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.